Welcome to another episode of In My Own Backyard, my friends. In this video, we'll explore things to do in Thunder Bay, Ontario on a weekend getaway. But first, before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the little bell to be notified of new videos. For a deeper dive, click the link in the description to read the blog post we wrote on our website, Road Trip Ontario. Now, Thunder Bay sits on the northern shore of Kitchigumi, or Lake Superior, a vibrant city known for its stunning natural scenery and rich cultural heritage that offers something for everyone. Trust me, the food here is outstanding. However, like most of this country, we have a lot of work to do to repair relationships with our indigenous friends, and Thunder Bay is no different. So the perfect place to start that conversation is at In Common Restaurant, a two-spirit and indigenous-owned restaurant that focuses on bringing people together over what we all have in common: food.
So In Common started in 2015.
Correct.
Mitch and Tara were the original owners. They had moved back from Ottawa. Thunder Bay was lacking an all-inclusive space. They were part of the LGBTQ2S community at the time, and was looking to bring not only good food, but good locally sourced food, and food that's made handcrafted, as well as including the all-inclusive space for Thunder Bay. Thunder Bay has been challenged with a lot of racism, as well as, a lot of, I would almost say, not contention, but like, as you've seen, or what we've seen lately, a lot of
Hate.
Yeah. Blatantly put. I can speak better to it than myself.
But yes, it is a challenging place to live at sometimes. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, not only for my, the gay community, but also other aspects.
For our indigenous community.
Especially
as well.
indigenous.
And so that kind of formed a true all-inclusive space here for us. I believe, and that's what I was saying about In Common kind of becoming its own entity, and the people that have come into the space and have stuck around have truly contributed to our understanding of the world around us. An all-inclusive space that is open to sharing and learning about everyone, our backgrounds, our social locations, our, everything. And one of the things that brings people together is food, always, in every culture.
Absolutely.
That is one of the staples. So that's where the name In Common comes from, because we all have a few things that are in common, and one of them is we need to eat. We need to love. We need to be loved. And so that's how In Common was formed, in my opinion.
Naturally, my next question involves inspiration behind their dishes.
So let's start with the drinks. So between Danny and I, we're training Nizar on how to we make all of our own syrups in-house. So Danny and I will go foraging in wherever we can. We'll bring in whatever we can, and we will make syrup out of it and make it delicious. She doesn't like watermelon, but we make one hell of a watermelon sugar pie, which will be coming back next month. So again, with our rhubarb picking down to our strawberries, you had the strawberry margarita. Again, we're the ones that taught Nizar. This is how you're going to render it down. This is how you're going to make that syrup, and this is how you're going to make it delicious.
Brilliant.
Yes, and like when it comes down to the Sleeping Giant Stout barbecue, we take our Sleeping Giant Stout, good partners of ours, like they're great people. They give us free ingredients when it comes to beer. We
be able to cook with.
Yeah, so we make our barbecue sauce out of that. I also make our brownie out of that. So the Sleeping Giant,
which is
Tony's brownie, is one of the most popular in the city as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
And then not to mention that we did get voted second, but we're gonna say best in the city for our soup. So no one else can touch our soup, because our soup is always gluten-free, vegan-friendly, and lactose-free, even if it's a cream base.
Wow.
So, again, no one can touch our soup.
And I think that was the inspiration for this place in terms of food, was using what you have during the seasons you have them. And that was the concept of bringing in local providers, right? Local suppliers is like, what do we have? And then also never wasting.
But again, it comes down to our brie melt. Between Danny and I, we make our own chutney. We make our own bacon jam. We do our own pickles. We make our own bacon wrap dates. We do everything in-house. And if we don't, we source it from someone else that's local in town.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to our waste, we have our Pay It Forward program. So like she said, everyone has something in common, and that means everyone needs to eat. So we offer free meals to anyone in need, no questions asked. They can come in once to twice a week and have a free meal on us and make sure everyone is fed.
I don't know about you, but I definitely feel full now. So we checked into Aiden by Best Western at Superior Shores for the night. Good night. Good morning from Thunder Bay, and if you've watched any of our videos, you know the best way to get to know a place is at the market. So our friends and I are off the Thunder Bay Country Market. Plus, it's a great spot to get breakfast, especially those famous Finnish pancakes Thunder Bay is known for. With loads of boutiques and food stalls, you can get jewelry, candles, jams, art, honey, baked goods, and fresh produce. But be sure to visit the Creative Company with its collection of incredible indigenous art.
Well, I'm Steve Jerome. I'm one of the co-founders of this company. Now I'm a full-time designer for this company,
Nice.
and we primarily promote mental health through some creativity.
Nice.
But fortunately, we have a gallery and a gift shop as well, and we support just a handful of artists from Northwestern Ontario. Kevin Belmore is a woodland artist from Gull Bay First Nation. His work is renowned. He was taught by Roy Thomas, who was taught by Norvell Morrison. So he's like, I call him the third generation from the top. Angela Jansen, she's another First Nations artist in Manitoulin. Her stuff is incredible, amazing. She does stained glass workshops and she educates. She does, we have a book coming out on the 7 grandfather teachings that she's putting out, like a coloring book. And we've also got a coloring book that she just did of the 13 full moons. We also have, let me think, Chelsea. Chelsea, she does the buildings and stuff like that. She does like, her art is amazing, and she's a Toronto girl, but she's marrying a Thunder Bay guy, so we got that connection as well. Dina Kruger, she's my business partner who we started together like years ago. She's the CEO and founder of this whole company, and she does these most amazing birch barks and tree, very relaxing images. Yvette Saint Armand is our last artist. She's a Thunder Bay girl that is a huge designer in Texas, and we've had a connection with her, and we're selling our paints and stuff down in the States now as well as up here. And our little core group of artists are all working together with the same goal to try and get people to recognize the creative side, and that we all have it, we all need it. Our creative kits, I call it meditation in a bag, because everyone just needs a break and use that creative side no matter what you do. You've got to be creative.
Awesome, that's perfect. Thank you so much. For breakfast, of course, the Hyo Restaurant, which serves up some of the most delicious Finnish pancakes. While in line, a local told me that the original location burned down and this current location is a temporary pop-up. Hyo is the Finnish word for care, and care is what they definitely put into these here pancakes. The next stop is the sacred mountain of the Nemkiwaja, or McKay Mountain. Located on the land of the Anishinaabe Nation, the name translates to Thunder Mountain, and we've been invited to attend a powwow. Hey everyone, we are in, you know,
I have a mental block.
Okay, so we are in Thunder Bay. We're so excited because we always want to take Road Trip Ontario, further north and sort of explore the neighboring provinces and the neighboring states and everything. And I feel that this year is going to be the year for that. So this is a perfect place to start. Is Thunder Bay, because we're really, really up far north. So what do you think of the nature here? Because I know you love the nature.
Nature is absolutely stunning, breathtaking. I love it.
Awesome. I've been to one other powwow before back home in Toronto, and I walked away a changed person. This time, with the tip of the sacred mountain in the backdrop, it feels extra powerful. I won't try to explain what a powwow means to my indigenous friends. That's not my place. What I will say is how a powwow makes me feel. This intense feeling of belonging. There's a space for children, a space for our elders, a space for those of us who may need support, whether mentally or physically. There's a space for my 2S LGBTQIA friends, my BIPOC friends, all tribes, all faiths. There's a space for us, a place where we can all feel safe, a place where we are accepted, a place where we can be free and 1000% ourselves without judgment. It's the path we all need to be on, and the powwow reminds me to stay on that path. Today is Canada Day, so to my fellow Canadians, happy Canada Day. Attending the powwow earlier sort of brings it all full circle, I guess. Anyways, Gordana, I, and the fellow Toronto Blogger Collective admins and my dear friends headed over to the waterfront to join the festivities. It's another cool Thunder Bay thing to do. There are loads of walking trails, boardwalks, and a public park. Marina Park is right on the shores of Lake Superior and has views of the Sleeping Giant and the Thunder Bay Lighthouse. There are also a bunch of public art on display, especially at Prince Arthur's Landing. The final stop for the day is Lakehead Beer and Tomlin Subdivision. Delicious beers in the same place as deep dish Detroit-style pizza. The buffalo fried chicken pizza with the fried chicken buffalo sauce, bacon, cheddar, and blue cheese dressing is insane. Welcome back to another episode of In My Own Backyard, my friends. In this video, we are exploring things to do in Thunder Bay, Ontario on a weekend getaway. But before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the little bell to be notified of new videos. For a deeper dive, click the link in the description to read the blog post we wrote on our website, Road Trip Ontario. In the last video, we spoke with the owners of In Common. We spent time in the Thunder Bay Country Market, spoke with an indigenous artist, and ate some delicious Finnish pancakes from Hyo. Then we headed up to the sacred grounds of Kakabeka for an uplifting powwow and spent Canada Day at the Thunder Bay Waterfront. Today, we are starting the day at Rooster's Beastro. Rooster's Beastro offers an extensive breakfast menu, wraps, burgers, and salads, combined with excellent northern hospitality and a lot of Rooster memorabilia. Last time I saw this much Roosters, I was in Lisbon. Next stop, we head to Fort William's Historical Park to learn about the fur trade. Since opening in 1973, Fort Williams Historical Park has offered Canadians and tourists a fascinating look back into the country's early history. This makes visiting the park a great Thunder Bay activity, as you could learn all about the fur trade, the First Nations people, and earlier European settlers. This is a living history site, so it's an informative way to educate yourself about the area's past, including the Shinabi people's role in the fur trade. This makes this experience even more worthwhile. Locals dress up in period costumes to provide an interpretive experience of daily life in the 1800s. Now, if you accept it, your mission is to see if you can get them to break character. We hit the highway and head over to Eagle Canyon Adventures. About an hour from Thunder Bay is Eagle Canyon Adventures, home to Canada's longest suspension bridge. This is one of the best things to do in Thunder Bay for a fun-filled time, as you can take in delightful canyon views from the bridge. That's not all they offer though, as they have a half-a-mile long zip line that reaches speeds of over 45 miles per hour. Now here's a quick tip. While it's pretty steep off the start, it takes 5 minutes to get to the first bridge and another 5 minutes to get to the second bridge.
Hey Chris, how do you feel crossing this bridge?
I don't know. It sort of reminds me of the Cataraqui ride or whatever, that bridge that was in Northern Ireland, remember?
Yeah.
And then that bridge had like gaps and nets in the middle, and it was only like these small little squares. You could still see the bottom clearly, but these are like proper planks.
This looks much safer to me. So
yeah, it
go
does.
ahead.
So all right.
Good luck.
On the way back, we had to make an important stop at the Terry Fox Monument. Terry Fox was an athlete and cancer survivor who went on a cross-Canada run in the 1980s to raise awareness and money for cancer research. Sadly, after 143 days and reaching Thunder Bay, he discovered his cancer had returned and his run concluded. However, his efforts are not forgotten. In Thunder Bay, this 9-foot-tall bronze statue was erected in his honor, and children today, like myself when I was a child, we all did the Terry Fox Cancer Run to raise money for continued cancer research. Not far from Thunder Bay is the stunning Kakabeka Falls, second highest vertical waterfall in Ontario at over 40 meters. Also known as the Niagara of the North, this waterfall is a majestic sight and a fantastic place to go. Next stop is the Thunder Bay Art Gallery. The Thunder Bay Art Gallery is the largest public gallery between Sault Ste. Marie and Winnipeg, featuring work from various regional, national, and international artists. It's got a permanent collection of paintings, drawings, photography, sculptures, and beadwork. It even has some fine crafts from many Canadian artists, including several indigenous artists from Turtle Island. If you come here to Thunder Bay without doing something on Lake Superior, that would be like a missed opportunity. And well, with a last name like Rudder, I knew what I needed to do. A Thunder Bay staple, Prospector Steakhouse, has been serving up their famous prime rib. The steak is outstanding, aged and cut in-house from their specialty prime ribs, which are prized for their marbling and fat content. I think that's a good place to leave it. That's the end of this video. Head to roadtripontario.ca for a detailed blog post. The link is in the description. Hit the little bell to be notified of the next video, as we'll be taking a road trip from Thunder Bay to Winnipeg. Trust me, it'll be loads of fun. Thank you so much for watching this video. We'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.